What's up, everybody? So, I hope everybody's having a good day or night and being cautious and mindful about what's going on in the world currently. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that. What I want to talk about today is Path of Exile. Now, this is the console version of Path of Exile. I only got a PlayStation 4, that's what I play all my stuff on, so on and so forth. But to give a little background about this, about a year ago, and I want to say it was about this time of year a year ago, I decided to give Path of Exile a try. And I mean like fresh league start. I don't remember what the league was last year when I tried to play this. That doesn't matter. The point is that it's been a year since I've actually played Path of Exile. The reason being is because last year when I tried it on the PlayStation 4, it severely pissed me off. Now, I kind of went into this trying to be a little more optimistic. But the reason being it's fairly clear that the console version, as far as the PlayStation goes, from what I've seen, I don't know anything about the Xbox, doesn't really get a whole lot of love versus the PC players. Obviously, because this came out on PC years ago. But I tried to give this a fresh start last year. I was invested. I was planning a build out. I think I was going to do, I believe it was the Marauder. I had a build planned out, watched a bunch of videos, really wanted to, involve myself in this, get into it. But with the constant crashing, and what I mean by that is, I've seen it, people are still getting it, is the blue screens that'll pop up. If I remember correctly, it was about every 15 minutes I was playing, there was a blue screen that would pop up and the game would crash. This went on for quite a while. I think I consistently tried to play the game for about 4 days. I remember I didn't get very far. I think it was like act 3 or 4. I remember I got to. And once I hit a certain point, I just gave up. I was tired of it pissing me off so much that the game couldn't just properly function. Not to mention the stuttering issues that are still apparent. You'll probably see that in the gameplay that I'm showing. The game just will consistently stutter for no apparent reason. It's almost like it's struggling to keep up with itself. On top of some weird texture and graphical issues, which that seems recently new. I don't remember that being the case a year ago. But the point being is that a year ago, I tried to do this. Didn't work out. I was severely pissed. It was made apparently clear that the console players, they don't really get a whole lot of love as far as the technicality and mechanical, I guess, drive of what this game can function as on the console. This year, I decided to give it another shot. Prior to the new league starting, which is Delirium, I hopped in and goofed around with the Metamorph thing for like a day. I didn't want to get... I couldn't remember when league started and all that crap. I couldn't recall it. So I just hopped in and just goofed around for a little bit. And decided, you know what, this Metamorph League's about to end. I'm going to try the Delirium League. So that's what I'm trying. The gameplay here is it's just the start of the league. Prior to me being in the queue, which the queue I kind of expected. It was like 5,000 something players in the queue. The actual start time for the league wasn't until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think for what was posted was 2200 UTC, but I expected there to be some sort of queue. I wasn't too peeved about that. That didn't really matter to me. Stuff like this kind of makes sense. So once 6 o'clock hit, I was right in. It didn't take very long. I think I waited for maybe like 10 minutes. But I was on my phone just doing whatever, and it was prior to it actually starting at 6, so I kind of figured that was going to be the case. Obviously, at the time of recording this, I am a lot farther in the game now than what I am with the gameplay I'm showing. And I have to say, I am somewhat still optimistic. I haven't had a crash since I started. And I put in a solid, I think, 4 to 5 hours of gameplay recently. And I haven't crashed at all. I haven't seen a blue screen. Not to say that I'm not going to see one, but I haven't. And that kind of, I don't know if this has been patched or fixed. I doubt it. It may just be me being lucky, because I have seen people on Twitter still reporting blue screen crashes and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it so far. I mean, that's kind of a good sign, at least to me, because that's what ultimately really pissed me off the first time. Was if how why is it so hard for you to create a stability with this game? And this game has been out, to my knowledge, has been out for, I think, about 2 years now on consoles, I believe. Obviously longer on PC, but there's no excuse that this couldn't be fixed. And if it's still happening to people, it needs to be fixed. There's no excuse for grinding gear games. But I mean, I haven't seen nothing yet, so I'm still optimistic. But it won't take much if it starts happening consistently enough that I'm going to put this down and really just tell people, hey, if you got a PC that'll run it, dude, play it on PC. If you got a console, just stay away from it. But right now, I'm saying give it a shot, because it seems to be working fairly decently so far. Now, the League mechanic Exile for the Delirium League kind of seems pretty stupid to me. And from what I'm seeing, there's a lot of people kind of voicing that. It's sort of weird. You basically you'll find these sort of mirrors out in the maps and stuff, and you'll walk through the mirror, and it creates this sort of like foggish nightmare realm where monsters and stuff will start to spawn. Basically, killing them creates this sort of timer relief where the more stuff you kill, kind of the more rewards you get. And the rewards seem to change, like you'll get a weapon, or you'll get jewelry, or so on and so forth. And the more stuff you kill, the more stuff you get. But the timing and the rewards are just, they seem really weird. They just don't seem to be that rewarding. I've kind of just been staying away from them, because it's like, I did the first 3 or 4, and I'm like, this probably gets a lot quicker and a lot more efficient closer you get towards higher levels and so on and so forth. But early on, it seems fairly redundant, and I've just decided to stay away from it for the time being until I get sort of comfortable with what I'm doing, and then I'll probably try them again. But I've seen people voicing their opinion that so far the league is not very much. It's not impressing people. For the little bit of what I hopped into when the Metamorph League was going on, that seemed pretty cool. I actually kind of liked that. I didn't get to invest a whole lot of time. I think I did like 2 or 3 of those, putting all those body parts and stuff together to create the boss monster that you fight. That kind of seemed cool. This one, I don't really care for it. So, and it's not only me, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it just seems kind of weird and out of place in this. But then again, the leagues, to my knowledge, are just new mechanics that the developers can sort of try out to see if they're cool or not, or if they stick or not. Beyond that, I'm like I said, I'm still kind of optimistic about it. I would say if you got some free time, go ahead and give it a download. Just give it a shot. A lot of people complain that it's kind of overwhelming with like how the passive tree is and your skills and so forth. If you kind of invest a little bit of time and play with it yourself, it's not that bad. You kind of can pick up on it fairly quickly. And plus YouTube and Google and so on and so forth, I mean, they've been a big help in helping me understand a lot of the mechanics. But I would definitely give it a shot. Like I said, I'm still kind of being optimistic. I'm going to keep progressing, but once I hit the wall, of crashing and so on and so forth, which hopefully doesn't happen, I'm definitely going to put this game down and voice my opinion about how crappy it is for console. But without anything else I got to say, I hope everybody has a good day or night, and if you got the time, give it a shot. And definitely just be cautious with what's going on in the world today. Don't get too pulled into the crazy paranoia a lot of people are having. But I hope everybody has a good day or night, and I'll catch everybody later. Peace.